25 from downtown Denver, the usual 76,000 fans have made their way to Phillips Power Field at Mile High, the home of the Broncos. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. From the shotgun, they'll throw to get this one started. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, here's Nix. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Quarterback's trying to give his big tight end a chance to go up and use that large catch radius, unable to connect. Little letdown here for the tight end community, Mike.
He finds Mims. It's complete. A gain of 16 on that pass play. 1st down, Broncos.
I think it's so critical to start the game fast. When you hear every coach and player harp on it in their press interviews and in their conferences, it's something that everybody stresses, but it's easier said than done. So I think for them to come out and face an early 3rd down and be able to pick up a 1st and extend this possession, I think it goes a long way towards everybody on that sideline and in that huddle just taking a deep breath.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Now it's Dobbins. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. First carry for the man from Memphis, Tony Pollard. And he'll weave his way down close to that 1st down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. He'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Ridley, complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. Now they'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was seeking the veteran Tyler Lockett there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. Back to throw. And that ball intercepted by Pat Surtain. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game. Nix now on 1st and 10. He connects with Mims. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That is caught, and they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. What will the second quarter have in store? Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. From the 1-yard line, 1st down and goal. Throwing is Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Bo Nix. Touchdown, Broncos. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal.
So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Looking middle, and he's got Ridley.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
These are the kind of plays that give running backs bad names. I mean, there's nothing fancy about this. You're wide open, the ball's on target. He just flat out dropped it.
3rd and 5. They'll look to throw. give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. That's caught by Van Jefferson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And the Titans first down.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is first down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early first down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points.
And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Lockett headed in motion. They run on the jet sweep. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Once you see that guy coming across the formation pre-snap, Mike, you have to be thinking jet sweep instantly. It's just such a dangerous play that always has the potential for this type of yardage, especially when he wins that race to the edge.
They'll run here. It's Pollard. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
This is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take him down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
Again, they try Pollard. And he gets this one down inside the 10, but it will set up 3rd and goal. Throwing here on 3rd and goal. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Sly's kick is good. And the Titans are on the board just before halftime.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. A first down throw for Nix. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Second down. Nix. That's over the middle to the tight end Ingram. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Two defenders in the area, Mike, but it just doesn't seem to matter. This is an offense that continually trusts their guys to make big plays regardless of the coverage, and they're able to pick up a fresh set of downs because of it.
On first down, here's Nix to throw. Ingram able to get open, makes the catch.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. To the sideline, Lockett's there, and he got it. The second down throw is incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. And that is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
On 4th down, the longtime special teams ace, Johnny Hecker, on to punt. And back deep is Marvin Mims. That is fielded at the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. The Broncos offense going to take over just before the half. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. His drive begins with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That one caught Devon Vele. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this second quarter. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. So we've reached the intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Through the first half, it was clear. This pass protection, this offensive line unit, they were clearly up for the challenge. The pass rush was non-existent. But here in the second half, you can sense a little bit more urgency. You can see them start playing with a little more speed and intensity, and it pays off there with their first sack of the day.
They send Ridley in motion. Now they'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on first down put them in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on second. And now they find themselves in a critical third down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
Throwing now on third and long. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Nix now to throw it here on first down. That's caught left side by Ingram. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, here's Nix. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force fourth down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Broncos bringing out their punter as he's on to punt for the second time. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. They'll look to throw here on first down. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. That's the way to get started, a pickup of 17 and a very quick first down. To the right side they go, and here comes Pollard. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Alex Singleton there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Pollard. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to third down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
That big boy was moving, Mike. That was impressive. I mean, it's not easy to bring down this quarterback in any situation, but to hawk him down from his interior defensive line spot nearly out by the sideline, that's beyond impressive.
The Titans sending out their punter. And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10.
Nix now on 1st and 10. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there, and that will lead to a second down.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
A run with Dobbins. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes third down. To throw is Nix. He's got his man. He finds Sutton. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
On the ground, here's Dobbins. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up second down.
Seemed to me from up here, Mike, that he really locked in on that guy. He told himself, I'm going to give my guy a chance to go compete for this ball. But anytime he enters such a crowded area, it usually means if he works through his progression, there's an
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on second down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to third. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Nix from the gun on third down. That is caught at the 3. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there.
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Denver. They're out there to block most of the time, but Greg, great reward for the fullback to carry it in for the touchdown.
Not every team in the league even carries a fullback, but man, if you have one on your roster, Mike, not many better places to use them than down here on the goal line.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos extend their advantage to 14-3. So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. This taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
to the air now on 1st and 10. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver. Now it's going to be 3rd down. Back to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Ridley, complete. That throw right on the money for the former Miami quarterback, and it's a 1st down.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
24-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Titans.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. And he'll get about 5. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's been a really nice drive they've been able to put together, Mike, and I think the key word is balance. Not having to rely too heavily on either the run or the pass. Continue to mix it up, going back and forth. Keep the defense off balance. A lot of success.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's got it at the 3. And he will score. Game on. Chig Okonkwo. Touchdown, Tennessee. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and...
That's caught! So they get the 2-point conversion, and all of a sudden that 11-point deficit down to just a field goal here in the 4th. So they've cut into the lead, now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here's Dobbins. And a good piece of running there. He'll get about 9 yards past the 35-yard line. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll give it to Dobbins. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down, or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
try to pick this one up on the ground. It's a big play there on third down, but there is a marker down, and that is not a good sign for the offense. A first down throw for Nix. Now he'll run. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Now a handoff running right. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll stick with him again. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And he's going to have the first down. They'll mark him at the 29, but it's a new set of downs. First down picked up. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. So this will wind up a win for the Broncos. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners. As we say, so long from Denver.